Hello, my name's Steve and I sell stuff on eBay as a hobby, and in this video I want to show you my payout for the 22nd of March 2022. But first let's have a look at the things that sold this week. It's Wednesday the 16th of March. I've had a really quiet week, no sales since last Thursday, nothing at all over the weekend. I was beginning to wonder if people could actually see my items for sale. But this morning I've made three sales, one of which has gone for the full asking price. And it's this, a set of books in the Percy Jackson and the Heroes of Olympus series. Now, I saw these in a charity shop last week where they had an offer on three books for £1. So I picked these up. I listed them for £12.50, which I think was a bit below what I could have got for them, to be honest. They've sold very quickly and they've gone for the full asking price. Now, these are books number 2 to 5 in the series. So we have got the Son of Neptune, the Mark of Athena, the House of Hades, and the Blood of Olympus. I thought those would sell reasonably quickly, although I didn't have book one in the series, and I think there are others that I haven't got. As you can see, they're in really nice condition. There are a few marks and creases. I think one of them's got a very small tear to the cover. But £12.50, I think that's a bargain for somebody, to be honest. But I still make a little bit of profit out of that. Now, the next two things to sell have both gone on offer. That's offer by the buyer to me. I've sold this set of Morganville Vampire books by Rachel Kane. I've got 5 of these. I know there are at least 10 of them in the series because the highest number of these is book number 10. So it's not a complete set, but they're in reasonable condition. They are obviously red, there are a few creases and what have you, but they're in reasonable condition. And the books that I've got is number 1, which is Glass Houses, number 2, which is The Dead Girls Dance. Seen a lot of them about in charity shops, seem to be in every charity shop I walk into. I've seen at least 6 of them. The next one is book number 6, which is called Carpe Corpus. And then I've got book number 9, Ghost Town, and number 10, which is Bike Club. So I had those listed for £12. I got an offer for 10, which I'm happy to take. And the next thing is this jigsaw. It's a Falcon 1000 piece jigsaw. As you can see, it's called Food and Beverages, I think, and it's some vintage advertising of foods and beverages. So it's a 1000-piece jigsaw. We know it's all there because my wife has completed it. We sealed the pieces in a bag, ready to go. I had this listed for £6 plus postage and packing. I've got an offer of £5, so little difference really, so I've accepted that. Now, neither of these have been paid for yet. I'm sure they will be. Hopefully, I'll be able to get them out of the house today. So that's quite a bit of wrapping to do after a quiet spell, so I better get on with that. Another sale was I've been doing some wrapping, and that is this pair of Norman Mailer books. Now, I did originally have these listed separately for absolute ages. Nobody really showing that much interest in them, so I decided to put them up as a pair for £10, and they have sold for that full asking price. What we've got is Norman Mailer's Advertisements for Myself, which describes itself as an autobiographical narrative, perhaps the most unusual ever written, which is startling in the candour of its confession. So there's a bit of autobiography, and this one, Of a Fire on the Moon, it's basically the story of Apollo 11 in the late 1960s. So 2 books, £10 all in, and those are ready to go. It's Saturday the 19th of March, and I've got one sale so far this morning. It's a Penguin Modern Classic, a collection of Joseph Conrad stories. The first story there has something of a controversial title. This book was published in 1971, or printed in 1971, I should say. The title story was actually written around 1896. The title was controversial even then. It was published in America as The Children of the Sea. There's been a recent edition in the last 10 or 15 years called The N-Word of the Narcissus. So yeah, it's a very controversial title, but there we are. It is what it is. I have owned this for quite some time, and as part of my decluttering, I've decided to sell it. I've listed it for £6 plus £2 postage and packing, and the buyer has paid full price for that. So I'm going to be posting that out this morning. It's Sunday, the 20th of March, and I've got one sale from this morning, quite early on. 4 books in David Eddings' The Malloreon series. It's books number 1 to 4, and we've got Guardians of the West, King of the Murgos or Murgos, Demon Lord of Karanda, and Sorceress of Darshiva. So that is quite a nice little set, actually. I bought these along with a load of other fantasy books at a cost of £3 for £1. So I guess that's £1.33's worth there, and that was sold for £14.99 all in. Quite pleased with that. It's Monday the 21st of March, and I've got one sale so far today, which is this Risk board game. It's second-hand, of course. I picked this up in a charity shop for £2. I've had it listed for quite some time, and I did have another one of these that I sold just before Christmas. And once I'd sold that, I put this up. Now, this one is not quite complete. It has got one piece missing, but I don't think that's a particularly serious issue. And the box is a little bit worn. Now, I have got a little bit of a problem with this because, well, let me just find the description, because what I like to do before I send items out, I like to make sure that what I'm sending out matches the description that I've done. Now, the description to this says there are some signs of wear to the box: scuffs, marks, tears, tape and tape residue and creases, but no split edges. But when I've taken this down and started to inspect it, I find that in fact it does have a split edge there. So that wasn't mentioned in the description. In fact, the description specifically says that it doesn't have any. And also in the bottom of the box, there is another tear there. Now, I have actually included in the description a photograph of this tear, but not the other one, because I completely missed that. So I've messaged the buyer. I'm basically asking him, is this a deal breaker? Do you want me to cancel the order? I hope he doesn't, because to be honest, I don't think it's a substantial difference. I have said that the box is scruffy, basically. But everything else, apart from the one missing piece, everything else is there. It's got the descriptions. It's got the game board. The game board, again, has got a bit of cosmetic damage to it. There is a photograph of that on the description. But everything else is there. Just sort those out. Everything else is there. It's all nicely in place. I've bagged up all the pieces. So I don't think it's substantially different from the description, but obviously I have given the buyer the opportunity to say, no, I don't want it. And then if that happens, I will cancel the order and give him a full refund, no further questions asked. But I hope he doesn't do that. I've been waiting to sell this for ages. I had it listed for £9 plus £3 postage and packing. I've taken an offer of £8. So, you know, there is a little bit of a discount there anyway. So hopefully he'll be okay with that. I don't think my description is substantially different from what I'm actually selling. So hopefully he'll get back to me and say he wants that. And if he does, I'll get that packed up and sent out to him tomorrow. £68.70 was sent to my bank account on the 22nd of March, and that's what I get after eBay have taken their fees. Now, some of the fees this week have been discounted, so Risk, for example, only paid 58p on that. Now, I did have that up for sale for a long time. I took it down and clicked on the Sell Similar button on the weekend where they were having discounted fees, so I saved myself something there. And again, only 68p on the David Eddings book. and 56 pence on the Norman mailer. So a few nice savings there. After postage, I'm left with £49.31. Most of these have gone as small parcels, and that has cost me £2.90 for each of those, and £1.99 for the Joseph Conrad book, which went as a large letter. And yeah, the Risk board game did get paid for. The buyer was absolutely fine with the minor damage to the box. So that sold, along with 6 other items, £49.31 after costs. 7 items sold then, nearly £50 in my pocket. I'm quite happy with that as a hobby seller. So I hope you found that interesting. If you did, please like the video, subscribe to my channel, leave a comment below, and I hope to see you in the next video, hopefully in a week's time. Bye for now.